But before we do, let's bring in our final guest on this week's show. He's going to be making his debut in the World Cup this week. It's the first time we've seen Chinese Taipei in the World Cup, and here's our chat with one half of that team. Here's our chat with An Sheng Lu. I'm pleased to say we're joined by one half of Team Chinese Taipei at the PDC World Cup of Darts, An Sheng Lu. Thanks for the time, Lu. How are you doing?
Really well, thanks for your asking.
Excellent. Well, we're talking 1 week before you play in the PDC World Cup, a debut for Chinese Taipei in the tournament. How are you feeling?
I'm a bit nervous, but more excited about play with a lot of PDC players and close up observation like how to play darts. So I'm very excited.
And it's you and Pupo Teng Li. You were one of 3 teams to win a spot in the World Cup at the Asian qualifiers last month. What have the last few weeks been like preparing for the World Cup?
Practice more at home and to maintain a better condition to prepare for the World Cup.
Well, we'll come back to the World Cup later, but let's go back to the start for you in darts. How did you first discover the game and how old were you at the time?
My first time play darts with my college classmate because we went to play bowling. But I don't like play bowling. I saw a soft tip dart machine at the corner when I was 20 years old.
And did you love darts straight away after you found that dart machine? Where did it go from there? Were you playing a lot with friends or in tournaments in Taiwan?
When my first time play darts, I'm very lucky to check out double 16. It made me feel exciting. After that, I found a club to join to practice. And at the beginning, I played with friends more than tournaments. But later on, I start to join lots of Taiwan's tournaments, but more is soft tip.
Yeah, we know soft tip darts. It's very big in Asia. You play soft tip and steel tip. Is it easy to switch between the two, or does it take some time to adjust if you've been playing a lot of soft tip to then go to steel tip?
Oh no, I think it's not easy to switch between soft and steel tips. It must take some time to adapt.
So what is the dart scene like where you are in Taiwan? Is it mostly soft tip or steel tip, or is it a mixture of both?
There is still important for improvement in both soft tip and steel tip darts in Taiwan. Soft tip darts more than steel tips in Taiwan because in Asia, soft tip just popular more than steel tip.
Well, let's get on to this year, and we've seen you play on the PDC Asian Tour for the first time. What persuaded you to play on that tour this year?
After first time to contact steel tip, let me know I prefer steel tip more than soft tip, so I beginning join the PDC Asian Tour.
And you've had 2 quarterfinals so far on the Asian Tour. How have you found it so far playing on the Asian Tour and against the best Asian players in steel tip?
It's very exciting. The strongest dart player in all of Asia are here, so I can get some experience and to grow up my steel tip.
And last month we had the Asian qualifiers for the World Cup. How did the process work getting to play in that qualifier? Could you choose a partner, or was it down to the rankings? How did it work?
No, I can choose partner because it's done on ranking. In Taiwan, first and second place will form a team, so I can choose.
And going into that qualifier, how did you and Pupo Teng Li, your partner, feel about your chances? Were you confident you could get one of those 3 spots in the World Cup?
We cherish a real opportunity. In terms of confidence, it's about 50-50.
And in the last round of qualifying, you come back from 3-0 and 4-2 down to beat Malaysia and qualify. What was that moment like when the winning double goes in and you've qualified?
The score is our emotions are quite instant because before this match, Taiwan never get qualified to the PDC World Cup, so we both of us very excited.
And I know you play in a lot of soft tip tournaments, big tournaments in Asia, but next week in the World Cup, Where does that rank in the tournaments you've played in so far? Is it at the top?
Of course, it's the biggest stage up to now for me.
And the draw was made yesterday when we're talking, and you're going to play Ireland and Lithuania in the group stage of the World Cup. What was your reaction to the draw?
I don't have much of a reaction because we will give our all, no matter which country's opponent we draw.
And I wanted to ask you about your partner next week, Lee. I believe he's 20 years older than you. He's also making his debut, but are you going to be asking him for advice as he is the more experienced player in the team?
Yeah, Pupo Tenle is indeed a more experienced player in Asia. I used to get some advice from him a lot.
And you and Lee are making history, as we've said, the first team from Chinese Taipei to play in the World Cup. What does it mean to represent your country in this tournament?
In my opinion, our small step will be a big leap for Taiwanese players to get more higher PTC Asian Tour ranking in the coming years. By the way, Taiwan also has many outstanding players, I think.
And a word for your sponsors too. I know Condor is one of your sponsors. You like to use the all-in-one flight and shaft system. How much help have they been in your darts career so far?
Yeah, thanks. Thank you very thanks for Condor give me this opportunity to be their player, and it's because of Condor I have this interview chance. For life, for darts, Condor give me a lot of help. Not only for fly and all-in-one fly and shaft. Yeah.
And lastly, after the World Cup, what are your main goals and targets for the rest of 2024 and beyond in darts?
I will continue refine my skill tip, achieving a better ranking in the Asian Tour, get more experience, hope to participate in the World Championship one day.
Well, fingers crossed that's a goal you can achieve. Lewis, great to get you on the show. Thanks for giving us some of your time, and we wish you and your partner Lee all the best for Chinese Taipei at the World Cup of Darts.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Alex, for give this chance interviews for us.
Thanks again to Lou for joining us, and we're going to finish up the show. We've got a debate in a moment actually, but before we do, let's get to our question of the week. We're sticking with the World Cup and it is sponsored by Condor Darts. Our question of the week, prediction time: who is going to win the 2024 World Cup of Darts? Who are you going with?